something.
Like, hey, dude. Hey.
Thanks for joining, dude. I should really touch up my lipstick. All right. I have lots of things to talk about, so I'm just going to jump right in.
I have some things to talk about.
It is the Super Bowl on Sunday.
It sure is.
So that will be 2 days from now if you're listening to this podcast when we release it on Friday. As such, I wanted to do some props bets because we talked about this last week, and these are not actual bets. We're not going to put money in or anything. I just want to talk about them, and then we can see if we were right next episode.
I'm sorry. If you're watching this video, I just can't stop staring at this garbage can right in the middle of the frame.
Okay, well, we can move the garbage can. Let's move the garbage can. You just...
Sorry.
You hold my microphone.
If you're listening, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, we'll move this bag of crackers as well. Okay. I didn't do a background check.
That's okay.
When I started filming.
Once again, in a slightly different location.
Well, we're in the same location. I just moved my desk, so we have a little bit of a different background. But this gives us a little bit more space because we could put like a whole green screen behind us if we really wanted to. I also think Zoom has those cool... We're recording on Zoom this time, and they have those really cool backgrounds where you can like... where you can like blur it out. And so I'm going to do that because you can blur out the background. Or look, we're in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Well, Allie's just by herself in San Francisco and okay. It doesn't work with two people. So I'm just going to remove those background filters. Allie was by herself in San Francisco and then I was blurry. Okay. Anyways,
never mind.
Back to what I was talking about. So I want to do some props bets.
Okay.
So what color do you think that the Gatorade is going to be?
I think it is going to be lemon lime.
Lemon lime. I will have you know that is a very rare color. So I think that was a very wise choice. I'm going to go with blue.
Okay.
And I'm actually really surprised that you didn't say blue because I know you think that the Rams are going to win and the Rams are blue. So I'm surprised that you didn't choose blue, but I'm going to go with that.
I don't think they're going to go with blue.
Do you think that the length of the national anthem is going to be over 95 seconds or under 95 seconds?
Who is singing it?
Okay, so I looked this up. I'm just going to let you know her name because I believe her name is Monica
Lewinsky.
No. National anthem singer. I'm sorry. It was somebody who I didn't recognize. But what I looked up was that the average time of the Super Bowl national anthem is usually around 1 minute and 46 seconds.
Okay, so you have to drag it out an extra 14 seconds is what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
So, well, no, I chose 95 seconds as our threshold. So either under 1 minute and 40 seconds or over 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Oh, definitely over.
So, Mickey Guyton? It's spelled Guyton.
Country artist.
Yeah. I'm not familiar.
No.
However, she's kind of right around the average, I guess, on previous songs that she's sung for the national anthem.
I'm going to go over.
I'm also going to say over only because, this is your one moment. Mm-hmm. You want to give it your all. You want to really give it. And what I find is funny with the national anthem for the States is that they take every word and they split it up into like 3 or 4 individual words. So I'm definitely in the over, and so is Allie. Okay. Who do you think... Which player will be shown first during the national anthem? Stafford or Burrow?
Oh, definitely Stafford.
I'm also going to go with Stafford as well.
What if it's not one of those two?
It's just, we're not going with the first player being shown in general.
Out of those two.
Stafford or Burrow, who will be shown first. I'm going with Stafford as well.
Yeah.
Will all 5 artists performing at the halftime show sing a song together? Those artists are Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige.
All 5?
Will all 5 be featured singing one song?
No.
I don't think so either. Will a touchdown be made in the 4th quarter?
Yes.
I'm going to go with no. Will the coin toss be heads or tails?
Heads.
Ooh,
always heads.
I'm going to take tails just for the sake of it. Okay, and last one. who will the first artist for the halftime show, who will be shown first out of those 5? Who will come out on the stage first?
Dr. Dre.
Ooh.
I'm going Dre.
I'm going to go with Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Good. I'm very happy with this. So now we will wait and see what our predictions are and if we
Come
were
back
right.
next week for
Come
the
back
results.
next week. I'm very excited. So yeah, Super Bowl, big game, Sunday afternoon. Bengals versus the Rams should be a great game. I heard on the radio yesterday that said that apex predators never win when they face each other, and the Bengals are the apex predators. So there you go.
Okay.
That's the prediction. So yes, excited about the Super Bowl. I wanted to feature a new segment called Unpopular Opinion of the Week.
Okay. Let's do
My
it.
unpopular opinion of this week is...
Because last week it was the female radio host,
last
right?
week it was the female radio host.
Okay, got it.
This week it's life is too short for matching socks.
Oh.
I could care less about matching socks.
I completely disagree.
I never wear them. I could care... One short, one long. I don't care.
No.
Unless I'm going to the gym and it's like in my running shoes and you can see them, then sure, I'll just find two white socks, whatever. I don't really care.
I don't understand this, especially with you being type A. This does not like check out for me. I just, what?
You're telling me when you put on a pair of boots, you wear matching socks?
Always.
Who cares? No one even sees them.
Never catch me alive wearing mismatched socks, ever.
I could care less. It's different if you could see the socks. Like if I go to the gym, I'll likely just find like 2 ankle socks that somewhat look the same. But like even if one's white and one's black, I don't really care.
I have piles of mismatched socks that I just keep because I feel like I might find the other side. Yeah. But no.
Mine they're all in one little basket and I just pick the 2 and that's it. Oh. I don't actually really wear a lot of socks, to be fair though. Like I really don't. Even when I'm wearing boots, sometimes I don't wear socks.
What?
They feel weird. They feel weird on your feet. I just don't like them.
I just cannot relate to this at all.
But like Jeremy yesterday was just to like be around the house. He was trying to find 2 matched socks and I'm like, who cares?
Oh yeah, even if I'm just hanging around the house, you'll never catch me alive without matched socks.
Unpopular opinion. Okay. Do you agree or do you not? What is your opinion on matching or mismatched socks?
We'll put this poll on Instagram.
Yes, we will. I'm very much looking forward to it. Okay, I also wanted to talk about my top 5 Valentine's Day options.
Okay.
So this is coming out on the Friday, so I know it's only a couple of days ahead of Valentine's Day, so I may be steering you in a completely terrible direction because all these places may be booked, so I'm very sorry. But these are good places to consider just in general, even if it's not Valentine's Day. And the nice thing about Valentine's being on a Monday is that you could easily push like your Saturday, Sunday into your Valentine's as well. So consider that.
Sunday. It's the Super Bowl.
Except for Super Bowl. Sorry, if you're not watching the Super Bowl. Okay, these are not in any particular order. Number 1, La Stella. La Stella is normally closed on Mondays, but they will be opening on Valentine's Day. They're doing a 2-person special, which Jeremy and I actually took advantage of last year, and they usually do like an appy, an entree, and a dessert. Really delicious food. Very small restaurants, so reservations are definitely required. I think they can only sit like 8 or 10 tables right now, so make sure you do that ahead of time. My other suggestion is go outside of dinner time because obviously, 6 and 7 o'clock are going to be the busiest, so try to go outside of those if you can. They're also doing a really cool thing, which is probably you're going to miss this if you're listening to this because it cuts off on Friday at 12. So if I post this early tomorrow morning, aka Friday morning, then you might just get this. But they're doing a meal kit that you take home with you. So you get a pre-mixed salad. You have your choice of either like a heat and serve pizza or a DIY pasta. So you get to choose 2 of those. And then a sundae. And you can also add a bottle of Prosecco as well. And then you pick the whole thing up, you take it home, and you just heat up the pizza, mix up your pasta, and you have a whole Valentine's meal for 2. So that's what Jeremy and I are doing for Valentine's, which I'm really excited about. Another thing to consider is that just in general, La Stella does like an online provisions menu where you can order fresh pasta, fresh pizza dough, pre-mixed salads, frozen lasagna, like all these different things. When COVID first started, they started up with this provisions thing, and Jeremy and I did it all the time. Best thing ever. So definitely take advantage of that. Also, La Stella just opened up the pizzeria in the North End.
Yes.
So if you can't get into the one on Wesley, go to the North End. If you can't get into the pizzeria, head across the street and go to Milano's.
Okay.
So Milano's has dine-in on Monday nights. They do a pizza and pasta night for $12.99, which is like a really good deal.
Yeah.
And their pastas are really good. Remember that one time that we got Milano's and it was delicious? The experience, not so much, but that has nothing to do with dining in. But the food is delicious. So I definitely suggest going to Milano's. My number 3 is Zougla's, which is the Mediterranean restaurant on the way down to Departure Bay. It's very classy, a little bit higher end, very intimate, candlelight dinners. I've heard that they have a really good lobster meal, although I couldn't find that on their menu, so I think that maybe that was a special, but really good seafood. Also, just talking about lobster for a second, the Bold Night, they have a lobster fest going on right now. It's the 45th year celebration of Lobster Fest. So they have all these different lobster things. They have a lobster and burger combo.
Oh,
that's crazy. Also, they have martini flights.
Oh,
so it's like a little carrier thing that has 3 little martinis on it, and you get to try 3 different kinds. That's amazing. Never heard of that before. We need to give it a try. They are closed on Mondays. However, I'm not sure if they're open on Valentine's Day, so maybe check them out. My 4th one is Suko Thai. Down on Commercial Street. Really good Thai food. If you are a Thai fan, it's delicious. The setting's really cool in there. It's like high ceilings, open windows, plants, everything. I love it. They're typically open 5 to 8 on Mondays. And I know last year they were open on Valentine's, so I'm sure that they would be this year as well. My last one is Haru Barbecue, which is a Korean barbecue restaurant. I've never been there, but I've heard it's really, really good. Allie's dying. And their menu is really good. So their menu looks really good. So I suggest going there. They're at the top of Rutherford Hill. So just to recap, best places for Valentine's: La Stella, Milano's, Zougla's, Suko Thai, and Haru Barbecue.
Okay, great.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thanks for sharing.
Not a problem.
That was great.
I'd do it again. Okay, we're moving through things real quick.
Okay. I just want to say on a side note.
Yes.
My dad asked me what I was doing for Valentine's Day. And I said, working, it's a Monday. And he invited me and Kurt to go to my parents' house on Valentine's Day, but I politely declined.
That's so nice. Do your parents like normally do something on Valentine's Day? Like,
they're very romantic. They're very in love. Yes.
So cute. How long have they been married for?
Ooh, this would be 33 years.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So they're doing something right then, clearly.
Yeah.
Do they normally like go out for
They
Valentine's
usually go
Day?
out, yeah. But they wanted to get some good takeout, and they wanted to have us over. But
wow, I cannot believe that you declined. That is so rude of you.
It's a Monday. I'm not trying to go to Parksville on a Monday night when I have to get up early on a Tuesday.
Totally fair. So. And when you worked all day too.
Yeah, no.
Well, I just saw this yesterday and I sent it to Jeremy. The Romper Room has a Valentine's Day special where you can go like rock climbing, and then they'll also have a bouquet of flowers waiting there for you. And I sent it to Jeremy because I really like rock climbing. And
what kind of flowers?
They were roses in the photo. Like, I was pretty into this. I sent it to Jeremy because I thought, well, that's really cool. It's, that was a kitten adoption day. Hold on. Romper Room Indoor Rock Climbing Center. So on Monday, February 14th, we're offering a limited number of climbing and floral packages. It includes 2 day passes, 2 rentals of shoes and harness, a bouquet lovingly made by local shop Rue Floral, and a sweet message written in a card. So it's $55 per couple. And like, that's a really nice looking bouquet.
Who's writing in the card?
It says, a sweet message written by yours truly. You provide the message, we'll make it into a card. So cute. So like, I used to go, like the last time I went rock climbing was in high school, but I really, really liked it.
Same.
So I said to Jeremy, like, that's kind of a fun thing. Because we usually just go out for dinner, which is kind of meh. So now we can have La Stella and go rock climbing.
You want to hear a fun fact?
Yes.
My high school had a rock climbing wall in our gym.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You went to Bolinas, right?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. That's so cool. My school did not have that.
No.
But Dover Bay, we had a great cafeteria. Like, the kitchen was bigger than the kitchen at the French place. Like, and I worked CAF in my grade 12 year. I did all 3 blocks for CAF class and I loved it. And like, we had the best fries all around. They were delicious.
Interesting.
Yeah, really good food.
We did not have a cafeteria.
What? Are you
Priorities.
serious? Okay, where's all the money for the cafeteria? Oh, sorry, we put in a rock climbing wall instead.
When I was in elementary school, we took a field trip to the high school to rock climb.
What? Oh my God. Our students are going to starve, but at least they'll be really fit. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
I was watching Friends last night because I've restarted from the beginning because I'm psycho, even though I've seen all of them a million times.
Okay.
There's the episode where Phoebe gets the chicken pox. And it made me think, are chicken pox still a thing?
Yes.
Because I know a few people with kids and I've never heard them having chicken pox. Yeah.
I have nothing to contribute to
I don't know.
this.
Like, was there like maybe a booster, like, or a vaccine or something that's come out against chickenpox? Because don't they have a vaccine with shingles?
Yeah.
And shingles are from chickenpox.
Yeah.
So, is that a thing? Any mothers out there know anything about chickenpox?
Or dads.
Is that still? Oh, sorry, or dads. I don't think dads listen to our podcast.
No,
but
no.
Is chickenpox a thing? Is that still going on? Do people still have chickenpox parties? Please give us the deets.
I don't think they're doing chickenpox parties.
They might. You don't know. It's not like people advertise doing chickenpox parties. Honestly.
Okay.
I'm surprised that COVID parties weren't a thing.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it
Actually,
was.
COVID parties were a thing. They just weren't advertised as COVID parties. They
Yeah.
were just parties where people got COVID.
Super spreaders.
Anyways. Okay. This has reached the point in the episode where we no longer have any like actual things to talk about, and now we need to talk about
I
Real
wrote down
Housewives.
some very
very basic things.
just touch points.
Oh, I got a lot to say. Okay. Salt Lake City, it was the second to last episode of the season.
Episode.
The penultimate. Is that what that means?
Yes.
Didn't know that. Just learned that. Okay. The penultimate episode. Does that mean that the final episode is the ultimate episode? What's the pen for?
I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is penultimate means second to last.
If anybody knows the actual meaning behind the word penultimate, why it's called that, please let us know.
Google knows.
We're not going to look it up. Okay. Hey, Bixby, what does penultimate mean? No, I'm just joking. Shh, don't tell me. Okay. Meredith says she's talking about how she's not very happy about the women speculating about her father's memorial. Mm-hmm. And then she says, you know, if anyone should be speculating, it should be Jen. So it's okay if Jen speculates about it? Like, it's kind of weird that she would say that.
I mean, she hates Jen already, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well, that's a very good point. Lisa goes berserk. We already saw this at the end of last episode, and then it kind of carried on to where we left off. And she has a total meltdown. Nothing that the women say is even getting through to her. Like, she's just all, I'm upset and it doesn't matter what anyone's saying. I'm richer than all of you. I don't need to be on this show. Like, very weird things that she's saying.
The best thing I've ever heard a housewife say.
I'm richer than all of you.
Yeah. That was the best thing I've ever heard a housewife say on a show.
She's
Period.
just whining. Like, all she's doing is whining and crying, even though the women are saying, like, we had your back, Lisa. We're on your side. We totally get it. Lisa, like, will stop. And then she goes, I know, but I'm just so upset because Meredith just wasn't listening. And it's like, okay, we get it. Like, we were just talking about
She's
this.
not the most rational person.
No, I think that you're very accurate with that. I cannot believe that Mary said that Heather looks inbred. That is so rude.
I forgot about that.
Who says that?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe that when she said that. Like, that's horrible. I'm sorry.
I mean,
it doesn't matter how mean you think that these other women are, even though they're not.
You married your step-grandfather.
You don't call people inbred. Like, that's horrible. I'm just like, I just cannot. Like, I'm sorry, but your respect was already really low. It's now gone.
Yeah.
I don't like that Whitney kept saying like, oh, I called her out about the memorial. I called her out that the memorial didn't happen. It's like, okay, but that's not what we're focusing on.
No.
It's not that no one's saying it didn't happen. We're concerned about the dates. That's it. This whole thing that they're all getting so upset about is literally just about a date.
Yeah.
And a miscommunication about the date. I love that Jen said, I crimped my hair for Cinco de Mayo. I thought that was so funny.
I didn't know that was like a thing.
Yeah, crimping your hair for Cinco de Mayo. Apparently it is a thing. Jen had some really good one-liners. Like when she hit the pillow and she's like, there's a mosquito. That was hilarious. I couldn't stand when Whitney walked out of the kitchen and Mary like looked her up and down and then with a smug look on her face and she's like, women.
That was creepy.
Like,
that was
all right,
creepy.
Mary.
I didn't like it.
Thanks for your input. Like, what is that? Like, what?
Ew. Like, it just, I thought it was gross.
I was just, ugh. I did not like Mary. This episode just did not put her in a very good light. I also thought it was weird how Meredith was like, well, rather than asking me about it, you should have just believed me. Like, what? So we're not even allowed to ask you or question you about literally anything? We're just supposed to believe you? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's how Mary lives her life, too.
It's very, very strange. I think that there has to be a little bit more than what we're seeing, because I think the fact that they're just going off of a date that was told to Heather and then the fact that Lisa thought it was a different date, it doesn't make sense why Meredith is reacting like that. Like when Heather said, it seems like this was a miscommunication until Meredith was reacting the way that she was. And it just kind of makes you seem like there's something else going on. Like, why can't you just say the date that it actually was and it would clear up the entire thing? But what I also didn't like is how later in the episode, Meredith says, oh, it was the Monday. And then Heather goes, well, why was Lisa creating so much drama then? And it's like, but I don't think Lisa actually was. I honestly think this is all just a miscommunication.
I think so too.
All Lisa said was that she felt bad for calling Meredith because she was at her dad's memorial. Meredith isn't the one that said she was at her dad's memorial. Meredith said that she was in Vail. So I don't really get why this is even a thing. Yeah. It's kind of just escalating.
Frankly, I'm just like over that whole storyline.
That's how I feel too. It's like, let's move on to something else. I loved how Whitney is like, starts going crazy. And then she's like, where's Mary Cosby? Where's Mary from Meredith? Mary Cosby. And then she goes into the kitchen and like, Mary's like, no, bye. And Whitney's like, no, hi. Like,
hi, I'm Whitney.
Hi, I'm Whitney. Like, I just thought that was so funny. I just loved her attitude. But I do agree with Mary that like it is really hard to argue with somebody who's drunk. And so like it is frustrating because you can't have any kind of rational conversation. But
you can't have any rational conversation with Mary Cosby sober anyway.
Well, and she really doesn't add much to the conversation in general other than just like slighting people. I just want to look at something. Oh, okay, good. I was like, I couldn't see the light on your mic, but I think it's because you weren't talking. And so I was like, oh my God, are you not recording? Okay, we're good. I loved when Mary said to Meredith, you look too pretty to ride in the Sprinter van. Like, what the fuck does that mean, bitch? Like, so what, the rest of us are like trashy enough that we can ride in the Sprinter van?
Well, apparently that is what they think.
And then Mary goes, I have every reason not to ride in the van. Okay, what are they? List them.
Name one.
I'll wait. That would be great. You have every reason not to go in the van. Like, oh, she's so holier than thou. I'm also kind of disappointed that, I'm kind of disappointed that nothing happened in the Sprinter van on the way back to Utah.
I bet you they all sat there in silence.
I think you're probably right. So there was no footage that could have been used for the episode. I'm sure that you're right.
They could have been like texting the whole time to each other.
That's so funny.
That there was
chat
nothing,
without Meredith.
Yeah, it's just so that there was like nothing to film.
Well, and because who wants to talk about Meredith while she's sitting right there? And I feel like at this point, everything has been said. It's been regurgitated and talked about so much that there's obviously no resolution that's going to happen. So, do you know what the scenes are for next week? Have you seen anything yet?
Jenny's going to give it to Mary at the party.
Yes. So Lisa has a party for Avita. Is it
Vida tequila.
Vida tequila. And Jenny goes nuts on Mary, which deserves it.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming that that's what leads Mary to not want to come to the reunion. Not that specifically, but I'm sure like she's kind of said that the reason why she came on the trip was as her last attempt to, make nice with the women.
She doesn't feel like she has a real connection with the women.
Which is fair. I mean, she doesn't, I guess.
No, she doesn't.
But she doesn't help that either. It's not all the women's fault. But it's very interesting. It was a really good episode. It was insane, actually.
Yeah. Have you watched Pam and Tommy yet?
So, Jeremy and I watched the very first episode of Pam and Tommy last night. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan as Tommy Lee, he's really, really good in that role.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Tommy Lee was such a dick.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I feel really bad for Seth Rogen's character. And I mean, I don't really blame him for kind of like what he
it's
did.
Weird. Like
but at the same time, that's a really bad thing what he did. Spoiler alert, because I'm sorry, like I have to talk about this. There's 4 episodes out now, so you should have watched it by now. But how did he really think that was going to work? Like, you're going to climb over the fence, you're going to take the safe, and then you're just going to walk out the front gates and no one's going to see you, and you're going to load this in your van by yourself?
Well, he wasn't planning on doing it
by himself. That's fair.
But I was actually, when I watched it, I was like, wait, Pam and Tommy are home?
I know, that's what I thought too. I'm like, why wouldn't you wait until... But I guess maybe they only really leave during the day, so then people are going to see you. And there's trades around,
I was just surprised by that.
I thought that too. And then he walks through the whole house and into their bedroom, and I was like, oh my God, that's so ballsy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It's funny. And it's neat to see Seth Rogen in a character like this because he's never really played a character like that before. We haven't really seen a whole lot of Lily James yet, but I'm hoping to see a little bit more. She looks so similar to Pamela Anderson.
I think she's so cute, so I'm just loving it.
Well, my mom told me today, because I mentioned it to her. I said, have you seen it yet? And she goes, no, I haven't watched it, but I've read all about it. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she said, well, the writers are just getting like raked over the coals because they didn't get approval from Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee, which I didn't realize.
I knew that because Pam spoke out about this like a year ago, saying that she is not in support of this.
See, and I feel bad for her too, because she's just moved home. She just wants to live a quiet life out of the whole spotlight, do her thing, and now a show like this comes up, and it's like,
well, what? Like, if that's the whole thing, I'm like, I feel bad watching it, because it's like, clearly this woman has been exploited her entire life, and it's happening still. So I mean. But am I watching it? Yes.
But at the same time, I mean, they say that celebrities sign a deal with the devil. And,
sort of.
I mean, this is just kind of what you get, I suppose. And so it just is what it is. That's what comes with fame. That's the other side of that token, and that's the consequence, right? So, but yeah, I definitely feel bad watching the show, but it is a really good show so far. So, Jeremy didn't really want to watch it. He had never heard of it before. What? And I was like, do you live under a rock? Like, have you never been on the internet? And he's like, I don't really know if I want to watch this. I'm like, okay, well, it's Pamela Anderson, first of all, and a rock star. And so he started watching it with me last night, and he watched the whole episode. And then today he texted me. He's like, I can't wait to watch the second episode.
The second episode is so weird.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. So I'm excited. I'd like to binge it.
Yeah. Tommy Lee, spoiler alert, he has a conversation with his penis.
Yeah, I remember you saying
and
that
Jason
there's some
Mantzoukas
penis.
is the voice.
Who's that? Who's Jason Mantzoukas?
Jason Mantzoukas. He's in Big Mouth. He's in The League. He's in The Good Place. Like, he's in a lot of things.
Yeah. Oh, I really like him. He's super funny. Oh, yeah. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm excited about that.
I was listening to the voice and I'm like, that's Jason Mantzoukas.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the episode. Well, I have yoga tonight with Tash.
Love Tash.
And I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to go to yoga and then we'll watch this next episode when I get home. Yoga is getting really hard because they can only have 10 people in a class. Yeah. And so you have to get on booking your classes like immediately or else they sell out, which is horrible. So I've tried to do that. I need to like set reminders on my phone about it because otherwise I'm going to miss out.
Becky was my sister. She's saying I need to go to Kid Carson's Instagram.
Yeah, so
he got fired from Z95 again.
Yeah, so he got fired again from Z95. I guess he kind of went on a little bit of a rant. He was talking about ID cards with kids, about how they'll be tracked for the rest of their lives, and he gave his opinions about the Freedom Convoy and the vaccine mandates. He went on a little bit of a tirade, and I guess he kind of said at one point too, this is probably going to be my last show. And so he obviously maybe knew that like he'd get fired for that, and so maybe he's kind of been feeling, I guess he had kind of said that he's had to keep his mouth shut about his opinions for so long, and then I guess maybe it just got to be too much for him.
Sometimes we all do.
I think it's hard when you're in a position like that, but at the same time people don't listen to your radio channel to hear, I don't know. I guess it's I don't know. I don't know even what to say about that because lots of radio hosts have opinions. And so, I mean, is it fair to say that because you have an unpopular opinion that you're not allowed to say it on the radio?
Yeah.
But I haven't listened to it. I guess he posted it on his Instagram and I haven't listened to it yet. So it's hard to really comment until you do. But what did he get fired for the first time?
I don't know. I don't think he was ever allowed to say.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's been fired from many radio stations,
yeah.
Because when he first came out to Vancouver, he was with Z95.3. I remember listening to him like
that was when it was
ago.
The Beat. Or no, The Beat was 94.5.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
He was, when he first started, like a million years ago, like probably 20 years ago.
Yeah, like I remember listening to him on the radio when I was in high school.
He was on Zed.
That's right.
And he got fired from that.
Right.
And he was on The Beat. And then I think he was on a different one.
He was on a different one after The Beat because he was with Nira and
Amy.
Amy, thank you. I mean, he's got such a classic voice that you know him as soon as you hear him.
Oh, totally.
I wonder what he was fired for before. It's so interesting. Well, maybe he'll start a podcast.
Probably will.
Probably. It's so interesting. I wanted to show this. So
on this podcast.
Yeah, I do. We ordered from Uline yesterday and we ordered through our rep and he gave us one of these little palette Post-it notes, which I just think are like the cutest thing ever. And I don't know why, but I'm just in love with this. So order from Uline. They will give you a palette of Post-it notes.
What I was going to mention. Okay. Do you see this trend coming back from Pam and Tommy? The thin eyebrows.
I was thinking
people are wanting to bring the thin eyebrows back.
I was thinking this yesterday, because I was watching Friends and Rachel had like really thin eyebrows. And I thought, oh God, I wonder if that's going to come back.
It's coming back.
So now I never did that. So did you just like put foundation all over them and then draw a thin line, or did you actually pluck them?
I actually plucked them.
Oh, wow.
Like many, many other teenagers.
Really?
Yes.
That just sounds like a whole lot of work and a lot of maintenance.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And you know what? They don't grow back.
No. Like, I'm kind of okay with
I've been growing mine for years and they've grown back, not as much as I wanted them to. But when I was a teenager, I was told by like my mom and my aunt, like, don't do that. They won't grow back. And I was like, I don't want them to grow back.
Whatever. I like this, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were right.
Oh, that's so interesting. Well, I mean, look at the 90s fashion that's coming back.
Exactly.
Right? So it really wouldn't be shocking if some of those beauty trends are already starting to come back to more of kind of like the natural
and the way
look.
that she does her lip liner with the darker lip liner.
That's already starting to come back.
Yep.
Oh, that's a very good point. I hadn't even thought of that.
Yes.
That's going to be the new thing.
Did you ever watch Newlyweds back in the day
with
Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey?
I never watched it, but there's been clips of it coming up on my TikTok lately, so I've been...
It's so funny. I was watching it on TikTok today, and it was the clip where Jessica starts saying, "Oh my god." Oh my god.
I haven't seen that.
And
I'm going to start saying that from now on. Oh my god.
She didn't want to say "oh my god" because that was offensive because she was Christian.
That's hilarious.
So she started saying "oh my god."
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And they were like, "Stop saying oh my god."
Oh my, that's hilarious. No, but I did watch the clip where they were trying to bake beans and then they took it out of the oven and the whole like it wasn't metal, it was like the like aluminum like tin, they, you know, like those like turkey roaster pans.
Yeah.
They tried to bake beans in it, and then as soon as they took it out of the oven, the whole thing crumpled and like beans went everywhere.
I don't remember that one.
Ridiculous.
There's so many good episodes. Like Nick made like 3 sandwiches and then found out afterward that the bread was moldy.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Yeah, no, I never actually watched that show, but of course I knew all about the whole like chicken of the sea things. So, because that was huge back then.
That show was so
It's
good.
a wonder that they were actually married for as long as they were.
They look like they hate each other.
Totally.
Nick seems so annoyed
With her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Poor Jessica. She always got such a bad rap. Oh shoot, that reminded me of something. Oh, I watched Magic Mike XXL last night. But only the end scene, because that's the only part of that movie that's actually really good. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Okay, well, the whole end scene is like they go to a stripper convention and they put on this like awesome final performance, and like it's pretty good.
I went to a movie theater on Friday for the first time in probably at least 5 years, maybe even longer.
What? That's how long it had been?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's
my God.
not my thing.
I love going to movies.
Well, I'm a person where I'm like, why on earth would I go to pay to see a movie when I can just watch a movie on my couch?
Because it's the experience.
And I can pause. I can have any snack that I want.
You can bring snacks to the movies. You can bring a blanket to the movies.
But what if I have to go to the bathroom?
You can't go an hour and a half without going to the bathroom?
Sometimes I can't.
That's where you get the app. It's called Run Pee. And you go on and you say, "Hi, I'm watching this movie," and it tells you when in the movie you should go to the bathroom.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. Well, anyway, the movie that I watched was Jackass Forever.
Was it good?
It was good.
I want to see it.
It was good. It was funny. There's a lot of dicks.
Yeah, that's
Lots.
not surprising.
It's not, but I felt like there was like
way more
dicks than usual.
Normal. Yeah, I would really, really like to see it. Jeremy and I were actually talking about going on Tuesday, and then we just never did, so I'm sure we will again, but... I like the movies.
I liked it.
Good. I would really like to watch it. I would like to watch the first ones first.
Yeah.
And then lead into that one.
There's always at least one stunt that they do where you wonder, did they maybe go too far?
Or like, did they get arrested for this?
Yeah. The one, and I won't say any spoilers, but there was a stunt done with a bear.
Oh God.
That I was like, ooh, yeah, that could go horribly wrong so quickly, and I feel like maybe they went too far.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it. I really like those Jackass movies. I don't know why.
Oh, they're so good.
Because this is the 4th one, right? And then Johnny Knoxville also did the one where he's the grandpa. Is that bad? That's not Bad Grandpa.
I think it is Bad Grandpa.
Is it Bad Grandpa? I always get that movie mixed up with the one with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Because I don't know what that one's called.
I don't know.
That might also be called Bad Grandpa.
They definitely bring that character back. Yes.
Yeah. I remember it being a good movie, but I've only seen it the one time.
Yeah. It was good. There's a female member of the crew now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she doesn't do a whole lot.
Oh, that's interesting.
But
I don't know why you would want to. No thanks. Some of the dumb stuff that they do to each other, like the porta potty sling and stuff.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Did you get anything at the movies, like popcorn or anything?
I did get popcorn.
Did you get it layered with butter?
I did.
So good.
I couldn't eat very much of it.
What is wrong with you? Seriously, that's the whole point of going to the movies.
I know. You know what though? This might be gross, but took it home and I ate it the next day.
Oh, I would do that for sure.
I actually thought it was better the next
I would totally
day.
do that. Next day movie theater popcorn is
Oh my God.
good.
Kurt thought that was so weird.
No, I think that's good.
I'm like,
Allie's unpopular opinion of the week.
movie theater popcorn might be better the next day.
That's how I feel about chili. Chili's always better the second day.
I feel that way about pasta also.
Oh, I don't. No. But turkey dinner,
And I'll
I
eat
feel
it
that
cold too.
Depends on what it is.
I like it.
Okay. It's concerning, but that's
I haven't
fine.
had pasta in a month and a
You're
half.
a sociopath.
So.
It's okay. I was going to ask you something and I don't remember what it was, but that's okay. It's gone.
I have one more thing that I would like to rant about.
Ooh.
And I feel like you're going to feel the same way. And
I love ranting.
forgive me if I've talked about this before, but I just really hate it. You know when you go to find a recipe, like on Pinterest, and then you
I already
click
know
on
where
it,
this is going.
and you have to scroll all the way down because they're talking about a bunch of bullshit that you don't care about. Like, I made this on the weekend for the kiddos and they just gobbled it up. And guess what? Hubby loved it too. They ate it all up and they were begging for more. Like, ew. No one cares.
I needed a recipe the other day for stir fry sauce. Okay. Scroll.
How could you have that much to write about?
I'm sorry. You know what the ingredients were? 2 things. And I had to scroll. I'm like, this is ridiculous right now.
Is insane.
Oh, because try this olive oil, and then I didn't really like this olive oil, so I tried this olive oil instead, and then I also tried to do this olive oil, and then this is the type of machine that I use, and then I also tried to emulsify it like this, and then I put this in this, and you should really be storing it like this, and you can also do with this, you can put it on this, you can put it on this, you can put it on this, you can put it on... I just want to know what the frick is in it. You know that there's a jump to recipe button, right?
Not always.
That's true.
Not always.
It should be a crime to have the recipe at the very bottom. I'm sorry, put it at the top. If I wanted to read this, I would. Most people skip over it.
No one wants to read it.
No
one wants to read it.
Who has time to write a massive blog post
Go take
before
care
a
of your
recipe anyways? Yeah, I totally agree with you. You know what? I'd like to know, listeners, who actually reads those blog posts? Do you?
Let's do a poll on our Instagram.
There's a poll up here. Click on this poll right here. Do you actually read the recipe blog notes, or do you just skip to the recipe? Because if you don't just skip, you're a psychopath.
Yeah, I agree with that. How many times have you said psychopath? This should be a drinking game. Drink every time Cher says psychopath.
Speaking of psychopaths, I watched the Friends episode last night where Eddie won't move out of Chandler's apartment. Okay. And that's what made me think of psychopaths, because he totally is a psychopath in that episode. Unpopular opinion. Mm-hmm. Do you or do you not like Friends? Because it's my favorite show.
I like it.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about your answer.
I like it.
But you don't love it.
No.
That's fine.
I think How I Met Your Mother is a far superior show.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No.
Watch it.
I've seen like an episode here and there. I get the premise. I'll watch it. I don't know why, but like Neil Patrick Harris kind of rubs me the wrong way only in that show.
Because he's a misogynist.
Yeah. And I also don't really like Jason Segel.
What? I love him.
I don't know, because I just feel like he plays the same character in every movie.
You'll love him as Marshall.
I just think in every movie it's the same.
Fun fact, my sister used to have a boyfriend that reminded me so much of Marshall, so I just like immediately just loved him.
That's interesting. I'll give it a try. What platform is it on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay. Sure.
It's really good.
When I'm done Friends, maybe I'll watch it.
Okay. And then you'll see, you can compare them.
Okay. Have you ever watched the movie Inception?
No.
Oh, it's so good. I watched it like when it came out. I saw it in theaters, but I don't remember it. And then Jeremy and I watched it again for the other night. Amazing movie. Do you know what it's about?
It's a dream within a dream.
Basically,
That's
yeah.
all I know.
It's basically how people can go into other people's dreams and try to, like, say, take information from them. But then the whole point behind it is that they're trying to do inception, or they're trying to plant an idea in someone's brain. But the thing is that you have to be really careful about how you plant an idea, because it has to be that the person has created that idea themselves, not that somebody else has given them the idea. Otherwise, the idea won't stick. So using people's dreams, they have to go really deep down into a dream, but it's like a 3-level dream that they have to go into, because you have to get into the subconscious. Okay. It's really, 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 really interesting. And Christopher Nolan is an amazing director, and he's really well known for the fact that he doesn't use a whole lot of CGI. A lot of his stunts are actual stunts. And just the way that he films the movie, and the way that he's able to portray that idea and have it actually make sense. It's really good.
Interesting.
You should watch it.
Okay. I'll put it on my list.
I don't think you're actually going to.
No. We'll see.
I know you too well. So you've officially asked all of your bridesmaids to be bridesmaids.
I have.
It's very
exciting.
And
guess what? They all cried except for you.
Not a crier. Especially because we were filming it too. So like that's also, I'm just not going to cry on film. No. That's for sure. I'm really sorry that I just don't show as much emotion. It's not because I don't love you.
You just don't love me as much.
It's not because I don't love you. It's because I cry in the shower instead. And I'm also not like a happy crier. I'm a sad crier.
I'm a massive happy crier.
Yeah, I'm just not.
And you know what? Any like overwhelming emotion, because I cry when I'm like really angry also.
I do that. When I'm really angry, I do that too.
Yeah.
I used to have a really hard time at the restaurant disciplining people if it was in like a really like hard situation, because I would get like, I couldn't really like talk, and I would just stumble on my words, and then I would start to get really like anxious, and I would feel like I was going to start to cry. Yeah. And like, I remember Becca being like, it's okay, like I'm not like upset at you. I'm like, I know, it's just confrontation, and I'm really sorry. Like it's okay.
I used to have this boss that would scream at me constantly, not just me, but he was like a screamer.
Yes.
He once threw a garbage can across the whole restaurant. Like he was just angry, and he just had no control of his anger. So like there was a couple times where he would just scream at me, and I would start crying, and he'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm not upset. I'm just not upset. Now I'm just pissed off you.
It's just a lot.
Now I was like,
I seem like I'm like emotional.
Well, and I did this thing that you yelled at me for because I'm just too busy to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And so now I have to go to the bathroom
and deal with this.
And deal with me crying instead of tending to my table.
And I'm so busy.
Fuck you.
Fair. I know, it's just like a funny, like how you just, emotions are so close to each other like that. Yeah. Like how, you can be so happy that it makes you cry, and yet like crying is usually a sad thing.
Yeah.
I watched a TikTok, I might have said this already, but I watched a TikTok the other day of like a mom who's holding her baby, and then the baby just like looked at her and like touched foreheads with her, and I started bawling my eyes out, and I was like, that's just the cutest, like most nice thing, and I just like want that feeling, and that's so nice, and I'm like, oh my God, like, is this what I'm gonna be like when I'm pregnant? Like, I'm just
this is bad, but don't judge me for this, but I'm just not really like a kid person, a baby person. It's just like not really my thing. So anytime I'm on TikTok and I see a video of a baby or a kid, even if I know it's just gonna be like so funny, I just scroll immediately.
I'm not shocked about that.
I do not want to get on to that algorithm.
Your algorithm feeds like all babies.
Same with cats.
What is wrong with cats? There's some great cat videos.
I'm not a cat person, and I love the cat video as much as the next person, but I don't want to get onto like cat talk, so I just scroll immediately.
It's so sad. I just want to say one thing about cats while we're on this topic. So Bosley's at University Village is having an adoption event this weekend. So they're having it Saturday and Sunday. They have a bunch of little cats there that you can actually meet. Some of them are in foster care, and then some of them are just available for adoption anyways. So if you are looking to get a cat at any point in time, or somebody is, go and take a look at that kind of event. That's awesome. You should always try try to adopt as much as you can. So that is an open event on the weekend.
Great.
Yeah, I just love any videos of cats. They're all just so cute. Jeremy and I send them back and forth to each other. I've been sending him a lot of like toddler TikToks lately because they're pretty cute, and Jeremy's like all about that right now. So we're kind of like in baby mode. Our thoughts are baby right now. So I'm not pregnant or anything, but could happen eventually. Just saying.
Okay, look forward to that.
No, you don't. I was actually thinking about it the other day, and I already know how I'm going to tell my friends when I'm pregnant, how I'm going to do it. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I know Deanna will cry. I don't think Melanie will cry, but I think she'll be really excited. And I just think you're just going to be like, cool.
I'm not going to cry.
No, I know you're not going to cry at all.
Oh my God. I hate this though. Like, okay, I am going to be so happy for you, and I'm a really great aunt, just FYI.
I'm sure that you are.
And I love kids that are related to my friends.
Yes.
But I'm just like, in general, not a kid person. But I feel bad because obviously I'm portraying this like, I hate kids, which is not the case. I don't hate kids. But
no, I know that.
One of my girlfriends was so just... she didn't want to tell me that she was pregnant because she thought I would react badly. So she was crying when she told me that she was having a baby because she didn't know how I was going to react. Which is
like,
horrible.
obviously you're going to be excited for people.
And I was.
It's just that you're not a kid person. You don't plan to have kids. You know, it's not like you're not going to go to a kid's playground with other people.
Exactly.
Like,
she thought we would never hang out after, which is not the case at all. Like
you see her all the time.
We see her. I see her more than I did before she had a kid.
Yeah.
So that's just not the case.
No, I know. It's just so of course I knew that you're not going to cry when I tell you, but obviously I know that you're going to be happy.
Yes.
Because you're happy for the other person because that's what makes them happy.
Yes.
You know, like, am I going to ask you to babysit? Probably not.
Hey, I have babysat.
I'm sure that you have.
And I had to change a diaper.
Oh.
And I did. I had to Google how to do that. But
well, this was like a few years out of high school maybe, but I was house sitting for one of my friend's parents, and he was still home. Like, he didn't go on the vacation with them, but he like worked and whatever. And so one of the days he had to work, and so I watched his daughter, and I think she was maybe like 1. She was still in diapers. Mm-hmm. And I mean, to be fair, like, I've changed diapers in my lifetime, but it's not like I've done it all that often. So whatever, I'm like babysitting her, I changed her diaper, and then I sent her like off with her mom later that day. And I guess her mom like ended up calling the guy later and was like, who's the random chick that's been watching my daughter? And he's like, what do you mean? Like, I was Cher. And she's like, oh, well, she put the diaper on like backwards. And she's like, what an idiot. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't have kids. Like, it's not like I do this very often. But I guess she was like, who the hell has been watching my kid? Like, some random person. And I'm like, well, I don't know.
My God.
I'm responsible. I just put it on backwards. I'm sorry.
I feel like that's an easy thing to do.
It's not like they have a front and back on them.
No.
How am I supposed to know?
I don't think. Maybe they do.
I don't know. I don't think that they do. This one did not. Also, I saw a TikTok the other day that was saying that there's a chemical in some diapers. They wouldn't say who the brand was, but they were talking about how the like material that they use as like the absorbent part in all these new like, you know, leak proof diapers and whatever, the material that they're using is apparently toxic enough that when they're handling it at the factory where they make the diapers, the employees have to be wearing like full suits, gear, everything, and yet, you know, kids are wearing them. I know. And so that, to me, I kind of thought, well, cloth diapers are maybe not a terrible thing then if like there's situations like that, because it was like cancer causing chemicals that were in it. Like, as much as I don't want to deal with cloth diapers, it's like, well, I don't want that either.
I don't think I could do it.
I know, and that's how I feel too, but there's so many people that do. And like, it's better for the environment. It's nowhere near as expensive, obviously, because you're reusing it. And so it's like, what would you rather?
Well, good for those people. I'm happy for you.
I know. That's kind of how I feel too, because I find it really gross.
Did you ever think that we would be talking about diapers on Bitches in Business?
Especially not at this stage, because neither of us have kids. So, On that note, we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like a diaper, we're going to wrap it up. I don't know. This has been wonderful. Always a pleasure. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for listening. Please go follow us.
Yes, on Instagram, Spotify. You can't follow us on Spotify, but you can listen to us on YouTube, TikTok, all of the above.
Go and check out our polls.
Yeah, please take a look at some of our polls. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram because I do post some pretty funny things. Like they're clips from the show, but obviously I add a few extra little comments in there. And tell your friends to follow us. And just let us know if there's anything specific that you want us to talk about because we'll do it.
Probably.
And
unless it's stupid.
True. But you can send in your unpopular opinions.
Yes,
and we just might agree with you and talk about them, or we just might laugh at you at how terrible they are.
Unless it's racist, and then no.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going to say anything about those. Sorry. Not really sorry. Okay, thank you for joining, and we will see you next week where we will let you know what our props bets, how they panned out.